What is up, Moon Gang? Today, I have a very exciting video for you that I think you're going to really enjoy. I will be covering a new company called Nano Dimension, ticker symbol NNDM. Nano Dimension is a 3D printing technology company that a lot of you have been talking about, and I can understand why. The stock is up more than 350% in the past 3 months alone. In this video, I will be sharing my thoughts on Nano Dimension, and then I will be doing a technical breakdown of its stock. Before we get into all that though, as a quick reminder, don't forget about all that good YouTube stuff. It would be truly appreciated if you could drop a like and hit the subscribe button. And now, without further ado, let's get started. Alrighty. Nano Dimension is an Israeli-based company that has developed a 3D printing technology that is used to fabricate multi-material and multi-layer printed circuit boards, also known as PCBs. The company will generate ongoing revenue from the proprietary dielectric ink used in the process, and they also sell what they call a Dragonfly LDM product. LDM stands for Lights Out Digital Manufacturing, and this is basically a very cutting-edge electronic circuitry 3D printer. To the best of my knowledge, this means that Nano Dimension is a very unique business in the sense that it may be the only company working in this specific 3D printing niche. NNDM has been aggressively raising capital with several secondary offerings, but underlying support has remained quite strong in large part due to the ARC Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF. I'll talk about this more in just a second, but first let me show you something else. On the screen now is Nano Dimension's webpage. If you want to know more about the specific technology that they're working on, there's a lot of great articles that can be found here. But for now, I would like to bring your attention to the investor section. If you're at all considering investing in Nano Dimension, I would highly recommend reading through everything that can be found here. But for now, I would like to talk about a few of the things that stuck out to me. First of all, Nano Dimension is definitely a speculative play in the sense that it has very high growth potential, but that also comes with considerable risk. With that being said though, I did find it interesting that Nano Dimension currently has over $400 million in cash and absolutely no debt. That is a rarity for speculative plays. And on top of that, you can see in their investor presentation that they're predicting the business get back to normal in mid-2021, and they'll continue growth into 2022, but they're expecting serious growth to pick up in both 2023 and 2024. To me, this makes Nano Dimension a very interesting and potentially lucrative long-term investment, and I'm not the only one. ARK Invest is very excited about Nano Dimension. ARK Invest manages various exchange-traded funds, also known as ETFs. One of those is ARK-Q, which is the ARC Autonomous Technology and Robotics ETF. This ETF tracks various things including autonomous transportation, robotics and automation, 3D printing, energy storage, and space exploration. Obviously, Nano Dimension comes in right here at 3D printing. At the time that I'm making this video, Nano Dimension is the 22nd one in the ARK-Q ETF. They have over 4 million shares, which is roughly a $30 million position. The analysts at ARK Invest seem to really like Nano Dimension because it's in a low competition business space, and on top of that, they believe it's well positioned to ride the rising wave of popularity in 3D printing. As I was doing research for this video, I became more and more excited for the long-term future of Nano Dimension. I strongly believe that the company and its stock has a very bright future. But for now, to better understand what the stock might do over the next few trading days, let's check out the chart. Nano Dimension closed out the third trading week of December by gaining 4.4%, which puts the stock at $7.15. Across all of the major timeframes, NNDM is in the green. Over the past week, it's up 16%, and over the past 3 months, it's up an incredible 367%. This is the current technical situation that Nano Dimension is in. The stock started trading in late 2015, early 2016, and it has not been pretty. It has essentially been nosediving. However, in May of this year, there was a little bit of bullish momentum, and we saw a new relative high just below $5. This was short-lived and the stock went back down, But there was a rebirth in October of this year, and the stock shot up from $1.30 all the way up to $6. As you already know, or you'll quickly learn, small cap stocks are very prone to volatile swings. After hitting this new relative high, there was a sell-off and support was eventually found at $2.50, and this was at the start of November. Then for all of November and the first week in December, there was a lot of bullish action in the stock. In fact, Nano Dimension hit a new relative high just below $8. A lot of this excitement had to do with the reported increase in 3D printer sales, and also on November 23rd, the company had closed a direct offering for 25 million shares at $4 a pop, which means that they raised $100 million. Most recently, there was a sell-off to $6, and this was exactly where the stock was rejected in mid-October. This did lead to a failed bounce attempt, which was rejected by this trend line, and it caused $6 to be reaffirmed. From there, the bulls have been in control, and now there's been an official breakout of this trend line. If this bullish momentum were to continue, the next resistance would come at the relative high from late November at $7.39. Past that, we have the most recent relative high just below $8, and if the bulls really get going and get up into this region, we would have to let price discovery play itself out so we can understand the new levels of supply and demand. However, with that being said, if Nano Dimension is rejected at either of these levels of resistance and this breakout ends up becoming a fake out breakout, you should know that the closest support would come at $6, and past that, we would be looking at $4.63. For those of you who are curious about the current risk to reward setup, the closest support would be a drop of 15.5%, and the last relative high would be a gain of 12%. I do think it's worthwhile to note that from September of this year until now, the stock has been in a clear bullish uptrend. It is consistently posting higher lows and higher highs. This is obviously very good for Nano Dimension, but there is something worthwhile to note about this recent sell-off. If you look at the last relative high from October 16th and then the most recent one on December 4th, even though the stock went up, you'll see that the RSI didn't. This divergence is referred to as bearish divergence, and it's commonly followed by either a decline or period of consolidation, and that's exactly what we've seen over the past 2 weeks in NNDM. As we move forward, an ideal situation would not only be for Nano to make a new relative high above $8, but we also want the RSI to get up above 73 so we can get rid of this divergence. Now, to get a better idea of how the stock might react to the upcoming resistance, let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. Before I jump into this chart, I wanted to quickly mention that the name of this charting software is TradingView, and if you're interested in trying it out, there's a link to a free 30-day trial in the description of this video. Okay, back to Nano Dimension. So from mid-October up until late November, we had this pretty interesting cup and handle situation, which led to a breakout and rally to the relative high of $8. And since then, there was a sell-off, which led to the formation of this triangle. And most recently, there was a double breakout, one of this white trend line and the second one of this blue trend line. In my personal opinion, it's pretty safe to say that NNDM is in a bullish phase on both the short and medium time frame. In terms of the medium time frame, it's consistently posting higher lows and higher highs, and then on the short time frame, we have 2 new bullish breakouts. The stock could very well get rejected at $7.40, but I personally believe that there's a much better chance of it going up to test the last relative high of $8. When it hit this, if we take a look at the RSI, this is that bearish divergence I was talking about. The RSI was lower, but the stock went higher. This caused a sell-off in the stock, and we got this period where the RSI had to cool off, and now it's starting to bend back upwards. As things currently stand, I would argue that things are looking pretty good for the bull camp. Over the next few trading days, I would recommend paying close attention to this support of the trend line and then the next resistance at 740. And make sure to watch for the bearish divergence in the RSI. As things continue to develop both fundamentally and technically with Nano Dimension, I'll make sure to keep you updated in future videos, so make sure you have your notifications turned on. I would love to know your thoughts on Nano Dimension in a comment below. How do you think that the stock will perform in 2021? Also, let me know if you would like me to continue covering NNDM in future videos. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, and if you haven't already, don't forget to join the Moon Gang by hitting the subscribe button. All of that support is truly appreciated. Also, if you enjoy free stocks, make sure to check out the link to the Webull trading platform in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, best of luck in the markets.